Just spooked up about 4. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Joseph here with the Weekend Hunter. We're gearing up for a camp. We're gonna be hunting Thursday, Friday, Saturday, actually tonight probably too. And excited because I get to take little Paisley with me. Say hi, Paisley. Yeah. Anyway, so she's pretty excited. I'm excited too. I'm watching some hunting videos right now, getting my A game ready. So we'll be leaving here in a little bit, and stay tuned. It's gonna be an exciting weekend. So this is the walk into camp. Lamore's residence. On an arm of Truman Lake. Let's go in the back. Let's see what it's all about. I'm out here in the deer woods, some private land. I'm very pumped. I've got about 50 acres to play with. And let's get after it. Let's see what we can find. It is late season. I'm hoping I don't find any sheds. But if I do, cool. But pretty much after a mature buck. If I don't see one, I'm probably not shooting. Hey, let's make it happen. All right, so it's about 9 o'clock. I'm gonna get down here. I'm gonna do a little bit of scouting and also kind of like still hunting. I'm not super familiar with the area, so I'd love to adventure and kind of get my bearings on this 50 acres. So first off, I want to visit the John here, and oh, let me make sure nobody's in here first. Okay, we're good. You know, advancements in tree hunting and deer stands and all that stuff has come a long way. This is an old tree stand, ladder stand. But here's the thing you need to learn about this stuff. This probably was built 20 years ago, and they probably knew it was a good spot. So what did our landowner do? Put his right next to it. That's smart thinking. So I got started fairly early yesterday. I was probably at camp by like 2:30 and geared up. Probably started walking down about 3 o'clock, and the stand that I chose to sit at probably was only a couple hundred yards away from my truck, and an easy walk through the path, because a lot of these trails out here are big enough to get a truck through. So it's well maintained out here. A lot of different stands on this 50 acres, but the one I chose was over this little pond, the only water on the property. And as I started walking down, once I started getting into the thick stuff, I spooked up about 3 does, and they took off running. They were probably 20 yards from me when they decided to get up and start moving. And I thought that was bad, but realistically, that was a great sign. It was thick, and obviously the deer like it. So I continued down to my tree stand, got up in the tree stand, really great spot. And then probably 30 minutes later, I started hearing some stuff behind me and making a ton of racket. I was like, man, there's a couple of monsters back here. It turned out to be 2 armadillos scrapping it out, you know, Bloods and Crips style. And I was like, dang, dude, I've never seen something like that. But there's a lot of armadillos down here in mid-Missouri. I just let them be, let them run around. But as all that was going on, I look up on top of this ridge, and there's a pack of does, almost single file, going down this trail on top of this ridge. There were probably 15 to 20, just came out of this thick bed cover and went up, almost crossed over. Well, they did cross over that same trail I walked down into the same thick bedding that I spooked up the other 3 does earlier. So yeah, that was probably the most deer I've seen in one pack like that. And they just followed single file. And I kept watching. I'm like, man, there's got to be a buck in here somewhere with all these does. But if there was, he never showed his face. I stayed there pretty late, almost till super dark where I couldn't see. Since I'm not super familiar with the property yet, I didn't want to stay till pitch black and walk up and get lost or something. But anyway, that was a great first hunt. I'm pumped to see what the rest of this week holds, because I feel like it's starting to get warm, and they're gonna want to use that water source. So I'm gonna hunt that in the morning and see what pops up. So we'll let you go.